I think it would be, I think there's a lot of need for people to be educated on how they can use the metaverse, which I think is important. So I think we should focus on that. I think what's also important is what a strategy could look like in terms of a metaverse, and why that's important. Why, some brand placement has failed, because it's kind of, going into the wrong space that doesn't make sense for the brand. And so,
Yes.
how do you have longevity in a space that doesn't make sense for you? So I think that's important.
How did you get involved in this?
Honestly, it was more, so originally I started with trend forecasting in the fashion industry, which I still do.
Okay.
Yeah, so we still have access to trend forecasts, and we consult the brand in terms of how to conceptualize a collection, etc. And then what I noticed is that when it comes to trend forecasting, a lot of AI was being used. So there was becoming less of a call for the trend forecast as how you would get it in a usual format, and it was more like real-time data that was needed. What I then started to discover was XR technology at the same time, and I realized that through one of the forecasts was that retail was going to change. It was inevitable for it to change, especially retail spaces. And the forecast was that economies were going to change, retail was going to change, and migration was also going to affect that, which is exactly what we're seeing happening. And this was now in 2018. And so I thought, you know what, it would be better for me to strategically place the company in a position where we're connecting brands to technology. And how do you change retail spaces into something that is more of an experience with digital touch points, and making it a space where people come and stay, as opposed to just buying. So that's how I started to explore XR technology. And at that time, we were also conceptualizing Africa Fashion Week, and then COVID happened in 2019, at the end of 2019 into 2020. We were supposed to have our first runway March 2020, and that's when we immediately went into lockdown. And
as
we
the whole world did.
Pretty much. And so then we went, we were like, well, what would digital fashion look like? Because I always knew within Africa Fashion Week, I wanted to include technology, because that was my kind of angle. And so I looked at it further. One of my partners was like, you know what, why not create something immersive? We contacted Epic Games, we pitched it, they loved it. And that's how I kind of fell into the direction